Hello everyone, this is class 7th Geography chapter 3 Our Changing Earth. Okay, let's start. The lithosphere is broken into a number of plates known as the lithosphere plate. You will be surprised to know that these plates move around very slowly, just a few millimeters each. This is because of the movement of the molten magma inside it. अब lithosphere को तोड़ा है बहुत सारी प्लेट में, उसे lithosphere प्लेट बोलते हैं. धीरे धीरे ये मूव कर रही हैं each year few millimeter. This is because जो movement की वजह से molten magma inside the molten magma inside the earth moves in a circular manner shown in the FT. The movement of these plates causes the changes on the surface of the earth. The earth movement are divided on the basis of the forces which cause them. The forces which act in the interior of the earth called as endogenic forces, and the forces that are on the surface of the earth called as exogenic forces. अब अर्थ मूवमेंट एंडोजेनिक एक्सोजेनिक की बात करते हैं तो इरोजनल डिपोजिशनल अभी किसकी वजह से होता है, रिवर की से, विंड की वजह से, सी वेव्स, ग्लेशियर. एंडोजेनिक सडन फोर्सेस जैसे कि अर्थक्वेक आ गया, सडन फोर्सेस अर्थक्वेक हो गया, वॉल्केनो हो गया, लैंडस्लाइड हो गया, डायस्ट्रॉफिक मतलब बिल्डिंग माउंटेन्स की वजह से हो गया. ओके. Lithospheric plate. The earth crust consists of several large and small, some बहुत बड़ी बड़ी and some small rigid irregularly shaped plates. Several large and some small rigid irregularly shaped plates lavish carry the continent and the ocean floor. Endogenic forces sometimes produce sudden movement and other times they produce slow movement. Sudden movement like earthquake and the volcano causes mass destruction over the surface of the earth. A volcano is a vent opening in the earth's crust through which the molten material erupts suddenly. Endo means inside, exo means outside, genic means origin, endogenic, exogenic. ओके, ये देखो ये मेंटल है, मेंटल के ऊपर क्रस्ट है, ये मैग्मा का चेम्बर है, ये ऊपर का पूरा वेंट है, ऊपर ये लावा फ्लो हो रहा है, ये ऊपर से निकला क्रेटर से गैस और एसिड्स भी निकलती हैं. सिमिलरली व्हेन द लिथोस्फेरिक प्लेट मूव द सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ वाइब्रेट. दिस वाइब्रेशन कैन ट्रेवल ऑल अराउंड द अर्थ. दिस वाइब्रेशन आर कॉल्ड द अर्थक्वेक. द फोकस द प्लेस इन द क्रस्ट वेयर द मूवमेंट स्टार्ट इज कॉल्ड द फोकस. द प्लेस ऑन द अर्थ surface above the focus is called the epicenter. Vibration travel outside from the epicenter as wave. Yet the is usually closest to the epicenter and the extent of the equator decreases away from the center. तीन टाइप की अर्थक्वेक वेव्स आती हैं. एक होता है पी वेव्स और द लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव्स, फिर आता है एस वेव्स, ट्रांसफर वेव, एल वेव और द सरफेस वेव. ठीक है. अब ये देखो, ये तुम्हारा, अगर इसको ध्यान से समझो तो ये तुम्हारा एपिसेंटर है. नाउ दिस इज योर प्लेट बाउंड्री. सीस्मिक वेव रेडिएट इन ऑल डायरेक्शन. पी वेव्स को लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव कहते हैं. फोकस दिस इज वेयर द अर्थक्वेक अकर. इट इज द ओरिजिन ऑफ द सीस्मिक एनर्जी. पी वेव लॉन्गिट्यूडनल, एस वेव सीस्मिक, एल वेव सरफेस वेव. ठीक है. एक पॉइंट रह गया है यहाँ पे, वेट अ मिनट. ओके 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 ओके, वेट. The things which you have put on the ray, the beat rolled down and the spoon the way to make a sound in the same manner the earth vibrate when the earthquake occur. Not important. Next पे देखते हैं. Although earthquake cannot be predicted, the impact can certainly be minimized if you are prepared beforehand. Some common earthquake prediction methods adopted locally by the people include studying animal behavior. Fish in the ponds get agitated, snakes come to the surface, destruction caused by an earthquake in Gujarat. Earthquake की एक case study है. Earthquake hits Bhuj. A massive earthquake measuring 6.9 on the Richter scale hits the Bhuj on 26 January 2001. अब यहाँ पे देखो क्या क्या हो सकता है. सेकेंड पॉइंट पढ़ते हैं. The school was affected. At least 971 students and 31 teachers are feared to have lost their lives following the collapse of the school building. Third, Bhuj relief effort blighted. 3 days after the quake, concern rose about the food, the blanket, medical supplies not reaching everywhere. Destruction of Bhuj, phone lines, water pipeline, power station, transmission lines, they all were knocked out. Fire in the city, hundreds of fires started as a charcoal cookers over. Hundreds of fires started as charcoal cookers overturned. Emergency declared in the quake zone. The president declared a state of emergency. CM appealed to the center. Gujarat appeals for the financial help. The chief minister of Gujarat has launched an appeal for the center to deal with the disaster. Okay, earthquake is measured with the machine called seismograph. The magnitude of the earthquake is measured on the scale called the Richter scale. मशीन का नाम है seismograph. मैग्नीट्यूड जो है वो रिक्टर स्केल है. एन earthquake of 2.0 or less can be felt only a little. An earthquake over 5 can cause a damage from the things falling. 6 higher magnitude is considered very strong and 7.0 is classified as major earthquake. Read the earthquake case study. Okay, earthquake preparation. Where to take shelter during an earthquake? Says put under a kitchen counter, table or the desk against an inside corner of a wall. Stay away from the fireplace areas around the chimney, windows, the shelter including mirrors and the picture frame. Be prepared. Spread awareness about your friend, family members and spread awareness and face any disaster confidently. Major landscape. The landscape is being continuously worn away by two processes: weathering and erosion. Weathering is the breaking of the rock on the surface. Erosion is the wearing away of the landscape by different regions like water, wind, and the ice. The eroded material is carried away or transported by water, wind, etc. and eventually deposited. This process of erosion and deposition creates different landform on the surface of the earth. Work of the running water in the river erodes the landscape. ये रनिंग वाटर की वजह से रनिंग वाटर इन द रिवर erodes the landscape. When the river tumbles at a steep angle, running water in the river running water in the river erodes the landscape. When the river tumbles at a steep angle over very hard rocks or down a steep valley side, it forms a waterfall. There are thousands of small waterfalls in the world. The highest waterfall is Angel Fall. Angel Fall है वेनेजुला में इन साउथ अमेरिका. बहुत सारे वाटरफॉल है. सबसे हाईएस्ट है एंजल फॉल. एंजल फॉल वेनेजुला में साउथ अफ्रीका में साउथ अमेरिका में. द अदर वाटरफॉल्स है द नायग्रा फॉल located on the border between the Canada and the USA in North America, and the Victoria Fall on the borders of the Zambia and Zimbabwe in Africa. तो सबसे पहले हमने पढ़ा एंजल फॉल साउथ अमेरिका, नाइग्रा फॉल कनाडा और यूएसए के बीच में नॉर्थ अमेरिका, विक्टोरिया फॉल जाम्बिया एंड जिम्बाब्वे के बीच में अफ्रीका में. दिस इज़ अ हार्ड रॉक और यहाँ पे हार्ड रॉक है. हाँ, ये सॉफ्ट रॉक अंडरकट बाय द पावर ऑफ द वाटर. नाइग्रा फॉल एज द रिवर ओ शिट वेट sorry. So as the river enters the plain, it twists and turns, forming the large bends known as the meander. Due to the continuous erosion and deposition along the series of the meander, as the river enters the plain, it twists and turns, forming the large bend known as meanders. Due to the continuous erosion and deposition along the sides of the meander, the end of the meander loop come closer and closer. In due course of time, the meander loop cut off from the river and forms a cut-off lake called an oxbow lake. As the river enters the plain, it twists and turns, forming a large bend known as meander. Due to the continuous erosion and deposition along the sides of the meander end of the meander loop come closer and closer. In due course of time, the meander loop cut off from the river and form a cut-off lake also known as oxbow lake. At times the river overflows its banks. This leads to the flooding of the neighboring area. As it floods, it deposits layers of the fine soil and other material called sediments along its banks. This leads to the formation of flat, fertile flat plain. The raised banks are called the levees. As the river approaches the sea, the speed of the flowing water decreases and the river begins to break up into a number of small streams called distributaries. The river becomes so slow that it begins to deposit its load. Each distributary forms its own mouth. The collection of the sediment from all the mouth forms a delta. Work of the sea wave. The erosion and deposition of the sea wave give rise to a coastal landform. Erosion, deposition किसकी वजह से? Sea waves की वजह से. Coastal landform. Sea water continuously strike at the rock, crack develop. Over time they become larger and wider. Thus hollow-like caves are formed on the rock. These are called sea caves. Okay? As these cavities become bigger and bigger, only the roof of the cave remain, thus forming sea cave के बाद sea arches. Passive roof बचेगा. Further erosion breaks the roof and only walls are left. These walls-like features are called stack. The steep rocky coast rising almost vertically above sea water is called sea cliff. The steep rocky coast rising almost vertically above the sea water is called sea cliff. The sea wave deposits sediments along the shore forming the beaches. The steepy rocky coast rising almost vertically with the sea water is called a sea cliff. Work of ice. Glaciers are the river of ice which do erode the landscape of the bulldozing soil and stone to expose the solid rock below. Glaciers carve out deep hollows there. As the ice melts, they get filled up with water and become a beautiful lake in the mountain. The material carried by the glaciers such as along a big and small sand sill gets deposited. These deposits are called glacial moraine. An active agent of erosion and deposition in the desert is in deserts you can see rocks in the shape of a mushroom, commonly called a mushroom rock. Wind erode the lower section of the rock upper more than the upper part. Therefore, such rocks have narrower base and wider top. When the wind blows, it lifts and transports sand one village to another. When it stops blowing, the sand falls and gets deposited in low hill-like structure. These are called sand dunes. When the grains of the sand are very fine and the wind can carry over a long distance. When such sand is deposited in a very large area, it is called as loess. Large deposit of loess is found in China. Thank you.